Because it's FIRP, F.I.R.P. It's the best podcast because it stars you and me. Because it's FIRP, recorded on Wednesdays. It's a free podcast, which means you don't have to pay. Because it's FIRP. I can turn that up in post. I think it's done. I can't hear anything.
Holy crap.
What did you do?
I don't know. I don't know what I did. There we go. Where'd it go? There.
This is awkward.
Here we go. We got it.
Ah, we can hear ourselves again.
We got it.
Yay.
Okay, welcome to FIRP, everybody.
Welcome to FIRP.
Comedy Gold.
Comedy Gold.
This episode of FIRP is brought to you by Facebook Messenger.
FIRP actually stands for Faces into
Replicas of people. The O is invisible.
Yes. The O is silent.
The O is silent and invisible. But it's not silent unless it's visible. Wait. I don't think that was right.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is a really jank episode. I need to get some
Are
equipment.
any of them not jank? This is the first episode, but this is the third time we've recorded it.
Yeah.
And every time it's been jank.
And every time we've ended up talking about something different.
This episode is not sponsored by Coke Zero.
Even
this
though
is
Peyton
bad.
is holding one right now.
No, they got the mixture so off. Like, it's really fizzy and watery.
Is it Coke Cherry?
Coke Zero Cherry. The cherry's not there.
Okay.
I'm very mad now.
That's great, Peyton.
I'm very mad. I paid good money for that.
Yikes.
Although my Pringles will never fail me.
There they are. I see them now.
There it is! Only true Peppa Pig fans would get that reference. There it is!
Oh.
It's from a Peppa Pig video that my cousin showed me. Anyway.
So on this very jank episode in the middle of my horribly messy room, and you can hear the computer buzzing the whole time, which is also great.
Because computers are great.
What's our first topic?
Our first topic is... Let's talk about Zelda. The video games. Because I have no interest in them. I want you to convince me why
that they're
I
good?
should play Zelda.
Alright,
But I'm gonna warn my listeners, I'm not a gamer. The only games I've ever been caught playing are Call of Duty Black Ops 2 and Minecraft Xbox 360 Edition.
Okay.
So
Good to
that is
know.
my extent of gaming
Good to know.
knowledge.
So let's explain this. How do I do this? So you want me to convince you that Zelda is a good franchise?
Yeah, and I should play it.
Okay. Why don't you talk about something? I'll figure out a 30-second pitch.
30. You gotta give me like 5 points in 30 seconds.
I'm gonna take some notes, create a 30-second pitch, and then I'll explain it to you. So go ahead.
Alright, then I will go on Facebook and see what I can find. Studio.
Do that.
I'm still mad about the Grammys. I'm so mad because they were so bad.
What about them?
They're terrible. Like, freaking Best Rock Album. I think I told you about this. I Prevail, or heavy hard rock band, more metal like. They were nominated for Best Rock Album. Like, hey, that was a pretty good album. It's a little too electric and too metally for rock for me, but then Rival Sons, Feral Roots got nominated, and that's like the greatest modern rock album I've ever heard in my life. And I was like, oh, that one better win, because Rival Sons is one of my favorite bands. So I was like, yeah, Rival Sons. And I'm like, I should stay up and watch the Grammys. And it was at like 2 o'clock in the morning here on a Monday. So I was like, no, maybe not. And so I went to bed, and then I woke up the next morning and Googled Best Rock Album 2020 Grammys. And Rival Sons didn't win, and I got so mad. And I Prevail didn't win either. It was a band called Cage the Elephant, which I hate so much. and their stupid album Social Cues, which is not a rock album, but a pop album, and I'm like, what happened to the Grammys? And Billie Eilish won 5 Grammys. Here's my complaint. She won 5. She's the youngest artist ever to win that many in one Grammy.
Oh, I actually need to mention this. Earlier today, I saw a headline. It was Billie Eilish, vegan songwriter, wins Grammy.
I think that's been done before.
But I find it funny how they specifically mentioned how she's a vegan songwriter.
Yeah, we're Peyton Shumbley, meat-eating songwriter, doesn't win Grammy. Can I have that headline, please?
You're right. We're back.
That was unnecessary. Should I get closer to the mic, or is it? Hello?
I think it's generally okay. My computer basically crashed. So,
but hey, that's
fun.
the fun of non-Apple computers. Oh
yeah.
Wait, Apple computers crash too, but like twice as hard.
Yeah,
it's bad.
Anyway, my computer isn't that great.
We were at the Grammys. That's where we were.
Billie Eilish and the Grammys.
So, Billie Eilish, her new album I hated a lot. I listened to it the day it came out, like as soon as it came out, since I live in Europe, so we got access to it before America did, and so.
Benefits of living in Europe, by the way.
Accurate. And so I listened to Bad Guy, and I'm like, hey, this is a good song. And then the next day, it was like the most popular song of all time, and I said, all right, I hate this song, because I heard it everywhere I went. Everyone's posting about, oh, Billie Eilish Bad Guy, Billie Eilish Bad Guy. And I'm like, the song was good when it was underrated, but it's trash when it's overrated.
Makes sense.
But then I was reminded the other day of her first album that she did, which was not the one with Bad Guy on it. She did an album. People would argue whether it's an EP or an album. It's 9 songs, so I'd say it's an album. But it was actually really good. She sang on it instead of doing her weird whisper thing, which she has a great voice. She needs to use it more often. But the producing was great. Phineas did a great job of producing it, and it had some great songs on it. Ocean Eyes is one of the greatest songs I've heard by her. It was just, I'm like, she needs to do something like this again. I know artists don't like to repeat themselves, but I'm like, this is a good album, and she should stick with this kind of music. That's why I was mad. And Phineas, I don't think he won, like, any Grammys, and I was upset, because he's really good.
Okay, I think I have my 30-second pitch.
Alright, give me a 30-second pitch. We're talking about Zelda. He's trying to convince me that Zelda is a good game. And
we just mentioned this, like, 2 minutes ago.
I'm just reminding them that maybe they forgot.
Okay, so, here's my pitch. Have you ever wanted to play a game with endless adventure and amazing music? Then maybe you should play The Legend of Zelda. Not sponsored. Zelda has so many various installments that can be perfect for any specific person. Majora's Mask is a shorter Zelda game, but more deeper in theme. Twilight Princess is a very dark Zelda game, but it's super long, and it has amazing combat. Ocarina of Time is an extreme classic, and every gamer who is like more than not a gamer has played it. And Breath of the Wild is open world. There's so much adventure to experience. There's constantly evolving gameplay with amazing combat and compelling dungeon exploration. Every game is also equipped with amazing storylines. But wait, there's more. You can have your own copy of The Legend of Zelda for $59.99.
Are you serious? Holy crap.
I mean, that's the basic
That was
AAA
more
title.
than 30 seconds, but man, that was thought out.
What can I say?
I feel like what you just described in the first couple sentences, I was like Fortnite.
No.
Endless adventure with great music. Fortnite. I'm calling it.
Fortnite has neither of those.
Actually, it has like no music, right? It's like dead silence.
It does. Okay. Or like the title screen does.
I played it twice, and I placed 89th, I think.
Nerd.
89th out of like 90 players. Somehow someone died before me.
I have to mention, though, there is a song that's actually pretty good in there.
In Fortnite?
And it's like it's on the home page. It's like a shred, like a guitar shredding song. I'm gonna play you this because it's dank.
I really liked Call of Duty Black Ops 2 has great music because Avenged Sevenfold did it, and they're like one of the greatest bands I've ever heard in my life. It's so good. So I'm gonna fill in this space while Jared looks for this song.
I think I have it.
Never mind, he found the song.
Storm Shredder, okay?
Storm Shredder. Okay, we can't play any more of that for copyright reasons, but
I don't think it's copyrighted.
probably it's Fortnite, man. Epic
No.
Games.
It's not copyrighted though, because people don't get like copyright striked for having Fortnite music in their videos.
Okay.
It's like putting Mario music in your videos. It's possible.
And the Grammy goes to Storm Shredder by Fortnite. I just like to thank all the players and Ninja and all the 9-year-olds for supporting me.
I want to know who recorded that shred. Because it's insane. And there's a slap bass solo.
It's probably like Buckethead or something. Buckethead is insane. Do you know who Buckethead is?
No.
Google Buckethead.
Okay.
He's one of the greatest guitarists I've ever heard in my life.
Okay.
He's really good. And I never understood him, but I'm like, I'm going to look him up and see what the fuss is about. And I was like, I see what the fuss is about. He's really good.
I'm going to look up Buckethead solo and then see what pops up.
Okay.
Alright, here we go. Now we might get copyrighted from this, actually.
Well, he probably doesn't. It's a solo. It's not copyrighted. Can you copyright a solo?
What? Also, I appreciate the bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah, no one knows who he is. As far as I know, he's a mystery.
Okay, what?
Yeah, he's nuts. He's nuts. Apparently the story behind the Buckethead thing was he bought one of those masks, he put it on, and he had this bucket of chicken. He like ate all the chicken, put the bucket on his head, looked in the mirror, and just said Buckethead. That's like the whole story. I'm like, that is the greatest story I've ever heard in my life. I still remember when we came up with our band name. We were sitting in study hall, and it was Mr. Legault who was overseeing us. And I was just trying to explain something to you.
That's right.
I wrote down the word park as like an idea.
Yeah.
And I showed it to you, and you said,
Don't hit the table.
Yeah, you said park, and I went, yeah, it's dark, and you went, no, that says park. I'm like, no, it's dark, like, and he's like, no, that's a P, not, and I'm like, no, the theme, like the word, it sounds kind of dark, like, you know, like Batman movies are dark. And then it took so long. I'm like, you know what? Never mind. You wouldn't understand. I'm like, it's dark. And he's like, I'm pretty sure that says park.
I don't remember this.
I remember that because I was just sitting there like this. And Caitlin was like, I can't believe you guys are fighting over this. Band breaks up right there.
That was like, I remember having a study hall with Caitlin. That was weird. Also, okay. I'm not gonna say who Caitlin is.
Yeah, you don't say Caitlin is.
We're not gonna dox him.
Yeah, no doxing. But I would only go to that study hall when I had to play for chapel because I wasn't like a part-time student then. Or maybe I was, but not on Wednesdays. And so I would go up really early on Wednesday.
You're still a part-time student.
No, but I mean like back then. This was like 2 or 3 years ago. And so I'd go up really early in the morning, practice with them, and then go to 2 study halls before chapel. And so I was at a study hall with you and then study hall with other people.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
Really annoying because I had nothing.
And there weren't enough seats in one of the study halls.
Yeah, that was the one you and I were in.
Yeah.
There were so many people. I'm like, geez, guys.
I remember Caitlin talking to me about bronies one study hall in like 9th grade because I had nothing to do and we were sitting on the floor.
Is there anything wrong with bronies? Oh yeah, her ex was a brony or something.
Yeah, her like ex 3-4 exes ago was a brony.
I remember that.
Why are we talking about this?
I don't know.
I
I like My Little Pony sometimes. There's nothing wrong with it.
No, there's
Sometimes
nothing.
I'm like, hey, this is kind of funny.
I just love the way you said that.
I like My Little Brony. My Little Brony.
That's the spin-off documentary.
The spin-off for the men.
That's the documentary for My Little Pony. My Little Brony.
We would always sing My Little Pony, friendship is tragic. Because it's true.
Yeah. This is going to be like the noisiest episode because there's so much buzzing
Welcome
and
to
clicking
FIRP,
happening.
the noisiest show.
Welcome
on
to
the-
the noisiest podcast in the world.
How far are we in? It says time, 15 minutes. Okay.
15 minutes. Also, I'm watching this just to make sure it doesn't crash on us again.
Yeah, it's happened once. It might happen again.
It might happen again. Wave the mouse. Just don't click anything. No, don't look at the mouse.
Jared told me to wave the mouse like across the screen. I just waved at the mouse. Every time we were in digital graphics too, and Mr. Yanchi goes, drag it. And then I went, drag it? And then he went, drag it. I said, it's not dragging. And then I'm like, drag it across the desktop. It's Cloud at the Chance of Meatballs reference.
That movie. I love
It's
that
my favorite
movie.
part. He's like on the screen, it's not dragging.
Drag it across the
desktop. Everything flies off. Oh. When's the last time we went to a concert? It was November, right?
I mean, if you don't count our concert.
Okay, that one doesn't count. No. I texted Yakub.
Yeah, it was November then.
Yeah, I texted Yakub, I think yesterday, and I went, dude, thanks for playing an opening for us. He was like, yeah, it was great. I'm like, sorry there was only like 20 people there, and the energy was garbage. He's like, yeah, I wish there were more people, but it was really great. I was like, okay, good. Jared and I really enjoyed it, so... I want to go to more of his shows. And I couldn't go to that really big one because it was the play. And I was so mad. I'm like, are you serious? I would rather get expelled for skipping out on the play and going to see one of my friends perform in one of the biggest shows he's ever played than not.
Yeah.
I got mad. He's great. He's a great performer. You guys should look him up. Poor
JQ.
Galaxy. Yeah, I think is he under JQ or Poor Galaxy? He's under Poor Galaxy on SoundCloud.
Under
and
Poor
stuff.
Galaxy
but
on SoundCloud.
he is known as JQ because Poor Galaxy is like a group.
Which segue, vroom. SoundCloud is trash.
Not again. Last episode that we recorded, we went on this huge SoundCloud rant, and I almost agree with you. I was gonna start a SoundCloud band project thing, but then I don't know. I couldn't come up with any ideas. I wanted to be like Radiohead style, but I kept catching myself copying too much, like sounding too much like Radiohead. I'm like, no, I can't do that.
Well, because nobody will have heard this, and I still find this really funny, I'm going to talk about Music Agent Ryan real quick.
Oh, yeah. Cut to the Music Agent Ryan joke I made last time.
So, I posted an EP 2 or 3 weeks ago now. I don't know when people will be listening to this. But yeah, I posted an EP on SoundCloud called Perversal under the name Chrysalid. Shameless plug. But some of the comments I got within like the first hour of posting it, and I hadn't even publicly announced that it was posted yet. I was just testing to see if it was good. I got some comments, like some obviously generated comments from like music agents and stuff. One guy called Music Agent Ryan said, yeah, this is some good crap right here. You can submit your song for a promo. Link is in bio. You got some good vibes on this. So I clicked on his bio just to see how much of a scam this would be. And sure enough, the guy runs a website where you can pay $10 per track to boost your track. And whether it works or not is kind of questionable. Another comment I got is from, what was this guy's name? Peter Presley, 1987.
Peter, it's Elvis's long lost nephew.
Yes. I don't know how we didn't think of that last time. We
probably did, but I'm like,
Nah. But Peter Presley, 1987, on a different song said, "Yo." Well, the first thing that tipped me off is he spelled this name of the song exactly how I spelled it and how the capitalization. So I was like,
yeah, it's a little fishy. Like on Facebook, my name is Peyton with like the O with like the cross through and stuff, and so that way I know if it's a scam or not, because they can't just, if they copy my name and send that to me and like I know the person, then I'm like, yeah, this is a scam, because no one's actually gonna write my name with the O in it. They would just send my regular name. I'm like, yeah, all right, this person was hacked. It's really good security.
So he said, "Yo, sometimes is fire. You and Tevil Bloom would sound fire together. He has mad followers on Instagram."
Man.
And we're back.
I forgot what I was saying.
I was saying you and Tevil Bloom would sound fire together.
Oh, yeah, he has mad followers. They're just like mad at him.
Yeah.
They're just like, how could you? Like, for no reason. They're like, oh, he's got mad followers. He's actually trying to give you some advice. He's like, you and Tevil Bloom would sound really good together, but
he's got mad followers.
So, like, be careful. He's like, dude, how could you? And then you're just like, well, there's a problem.
Yep. Let's see. So, I should probably try and record this on Audacity. That would probably run a little bit better. I'll figure that out later. But yeah, it looks like it's gonna happen every 10 minutes if we're not careful. Anyway,
how do you be careful for it to not crash? Just like, well, it's gonna crash. Better, I don't know, buckle its seatbelt.
I don't know. I just hope it. Maybe it's the RAM. Maybe because.
It's the RAM. Just download more RAM.
Oh yeah, why didn't I think of that?
How did you think of that, man?
I've seen that.
I'll just go to it right now.
No, don't open anything else. It's gonna crash the thing.
When I'm downloading RAM, it cancels each other out.
Okay. So anyway, I looked up who Tevil Bloom was, and it's this artist on SoundCloud. Go figure. His first song, I checked the comments, and like 80% of them are saying, "Yo, one of your fans told me we should collab."
Fans. Yeah,
so
I as a fan of, let's say, Green Day, I don't go to people like small artists being like, "Hey, you and Green Day would sound really good together," and then they go to Green Day and say, "Hey, one of your fans told me we should collab." Like, that's not how the music business works. It's never gonna happen.
The only way that you can get popular on music, it's not through like talent. Other people.
Talent, it has nothing to do with music anymore.
More or less, yeah.
It's who you know.
Yeah, it's if you can get connections to like a record label.
Freaking my sister-in-law's cousin has all the connections in the world, and I'm so jealous. I don't know, she went to school for recording at a recording studio in Nashville. She met so many famous people and has all these connections and really famous friends, and I'm like, I want to go to that school, but I can't afford it.
No,
so I'm like, I'll have to settle.
We can't afford going there.
And it's not even like a school, like a university. It's just like a program.
Right.
And so you don't get a degree in it, but like with Visible, you get a degree, and I could get a job.
Yeah. Wait, you don't even get a degree from it?
You don't. It's a 6-month program that teaches you how to record.
What?
You don't get a degree from it.
But what's the point of that?
Well, I mean, you learn a lot. Like, what you could do is you could go to Visible, get a degree, and then go to Blackbird to learn more about being in the studio and recording. Yeah. And you get like an iPad, you get a free microphone. It's like $30,000.
I have a microphone,
but it's like an SM57 or an SM58. Oh. You get to choose which one you want.
Oh.
And I think they have the world's biggest microphone collection. It's a lot. I want to record there because they designed it to where you can just show up and not have anything, and then you can they have hundreds of guitars, tons of drum sets, hundreds of microphones. You just show up and, pick out a microphone drum set you want to use for the song, record it, and it's a really fun way to record. You're like, hey, let's try this, because that's what I'm doing with this album, is like, hey, what if I mix the drums like this or recorded them like this?
Yeah.
It's more of an experiment. Recording is definitely an experiment, and it's great.
Oh, it's definitely an experiment.
It gets you sounding different each time.
There's definitely some things that are good to do. Like, there's definitely some things that work better than others, but Sometimes it's just trial and error. Honestly.
Oh yeah. That's just what music is. Like, I'll play a C minor and then try to play a B sharp, and then I'm like, ooh, those don't go good next to each other.
B sharp.
I know.
Peyton.
C minor to C.
Yeah.
They don't go good together.
C minor and C go good together.
Well, I guess it depends on what you're playing. You can't say B sharp just sometimes.
C and C minor are used often in blues. Like going
Yeah.
from a C6 to a C minor 6 is like a common
Yeah.
move in blues.
I watched this video about the biggest chord you can play. And
Oh.
It takes 3 sets of hands to play it.
I think I saw that.
It's like, I don't even know. I didn't even know you could have. I think I knew you could have double sharps, but I still don't understand.
Oh,
what it
double
is.
sharps are nuts.
You don't have
Hey.
to explain it. I'm good.
I have the harmonics book right here.
I'm good. I'm really good. You put it back and use it as your
Paul
poster, like you
Hindemith,
were.
Traditional Harmony, Book 1. Let's see what they say on
Let's
double sharps.
harmonize. We're really good.
Yeah.
Follow us on Spotify. You'll get stuff like this. That sounded like Dark Crystal crap.
Yeah, it did.
I never understood that movie.
but there's
I don't
a-
think I ever will.
But double sharps are used when you already have the sharp in a scale that doesn't have that sharp.
So
And then you
basically,
sharp
if
it
you,
again.
If you mess up the scale by accidentally playing a sharp, the scale doesn't have. That's a double sharp. So
No,
me
no, no, no,
playing
no,
a
no, no.
scale.
So, if you are playing the scale of the key of C, if you're playing C, and you throw in a G sharp for some reason,
Welcome back to ASMR.
shut up.
That's
But if you throw in a G sharp, and then you throw in another sharp on top of that, it would be technically incorrect to write A, because you're sharping the G twice. I don't know if I'm explaining this well. I don't think that's how it works.
I'll
but-
Google it later. I don't care. I
But
need
double flats also exist.
Yeah, they do. I think you explained that to me at the Half Alive concert. You're like double flat, blah blah blah, and I'm like, what?
I actually think that's true.
I don't think I had even started taking piano lessons yet at the time. I may have like just started, and
Also-
so I'm just standing there like, what?
So that I can actually get into Visible, I'm
AP
looking at
music theory.
I'm looking at the AP Music Theory textbook.
That's actually really, really useful.
And it's nuts. Let me tell you.
I'm good. I'm really good.
I'm gonna go towards the end, and we'll see what topics they talk about.
It's just double sharps.
It's the most complicated system you can ever do. Nope. Nope. Nope.
This is.
Yeah. Relating secondary function to harmonizing a melody.
What?
Relating
Is
secondary
that-
function to harmonic dictation.
Is that the word harmonize I heard? I think it's a sign from God that we should harmonize. What the?
That's a harmony.
I know. Harmonies usually sound good, but I guess they don't have to.
That's a dissonant harmony.
Like, Elephant Man. I don't even know what I was just like, move it down 4 steps.
Yeah, secondary function harmony. Dominant function tonicization, leading tone relationships. Secondary function, secondary dominant, secondary leading tone. I'm not going to go on in this, but this is I find
It's a
this really
massive
interesting.
book.
I find this very interesting. Well, a lot of it is like questions that would be asked on the AP exam, but I'm not taking the AP music theory exam.
I would do that. If I could, I would do that.
AP music theory?
Yeah.
No, you don't want this.
I mean, it would look really good on my resumes.
You don't.
In my
want
college
this.
applications, it would look really
No.
good.
All it does is it makes you not have to take like entry. Doesn't it allows you to not take entry level music theory in college?
Uh-huh.
In which case, why don't you just take it in college and then just screw
Yeah, I guess.
it? You know.
Yeah. Well,
what other topics do we have?
I don't know.
Concert. We can talk about the concert.
What concert? Oh. I'm like, my life feels so meaningless now because I had been working up for that show for like 8 months.
Post-performance depression.
Yeah, and I was like, because every time I went to go play my drums, I'm like, oh, gotta play through the set. So I'd play through the set, like that's my playing for the day because the set's like an hour long.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'd play through the set, and then now I go up to play the drums, and I'm like,
what do I
play?
play?
So I've just been like playing, and my snare for some reason sounds like crap right now. I don't know what happened, but I'm like,
drummer
it sounds
problems.
bad. It sounds very bad.
We need a jingle for drummer problems because I know this is going to come up again. Drummer problems.
It's this one.
Nothing's there. Also, it's not working because I turned it off. Remember? You good?
No.
What else? What else could we talk about?
We could talk about the show.
Oh yeah, we were gonna talk about.
We can talk about the show, and then we just we're like depression.
What did you? Oh, mod wheel. So now we have mod wheel automation, and we don't need that, but that's fine. Peyton, stop. I don't want to keep doing this.
So the show, we had a show on Saturday, and we organized it ourselves. It wasn't like someone was like, hey, you want to come play a show? We're like, hey, we should do a show for ourselves. So we organized it. It was at our school. We had light system. We had backing track system. We had an opener, JQ. And we used...
The thing was nuts.
Yeah, we used our own equipment. I used my own equipment, my drums and stuff. And so we get to the school. We're loading stuff up. Jared's mom brings us like 3 buckets of KFC chicken,
So
and I'm like, this is the greatest lunch I've ever had.
Yeah, so we have lunch. We have, we get there at 1 o'clock. The concert is at 6.
It starts at 6, and for some reason, we barely made it on schedule too.
Yeah.
We started a little bit later than we said, but that's normal.
That's kind of normal. Because we told people to be there at 6, so it kind of makes sense to start.
So we gave them 15 minutes.
But we got there at 1 and we started setting up, and we had our pre-show playlist on, which I actually listened to that again today.
It's a good playlist.
But yeah, we played music while we were setting up, and we probably set up until like what, 3?
No, it was like 3.
Yeah,
at least, because we hadn't finished setting up when Jakub showed up, basically.
Yeah,
Jakub showed up.
We definitely were, because we started sound checking at 3.
Is that because we couldn't really sound check because we couldn't get the ukulele working, we couldn't get the guitar working,
but
and the tracks
we figured out why that was.
Yeah, we figured all that out, and I think Jakub got there like 3:45.
Yeah,
something like that.
And so we were just finishing up sound check when he came in, and so we couldn't figure out why the stuff wasn't working. It turns out we were using the wrong direct input boxes, but that's fine.
I don't even know what was wrong with the tracks. I didn't pay attention.
So tracks were the same thing. We were plugging them into an active DI box, which meant that it was supplying it with power when we didn't need it, and so it just sounded really distorted and it wasn't going through.
Yeah, and then we got it figured out. I'm like, hey, that sounds pretty good. But yeah, I was expecting at least like 50 people because 30 some odd had reserved tickets. I'm like, oh, more people are going to show up.
Yeah.
And then like 20 showed up, and actually, I was like,
there were probably closer to 30 because there were quite a few people sitting in the back, and I told them to get up, and they were like, no,
because they were old. My parents were like, my mom was standing up, my aunt was standing up, my dad was watching the door.
I think my dad was standing in the back.
Yeah. I think it was mainly a noise thing because it was loud.
Oh,
It was great. You forgot to put in your earplugs for the first couple songs.
Yeah, I just went, I forgot to put in my earplugs, so I'm going deaf, and then I just put them in.
I was amazed you stayed on time without your earplugs.
No, I could hear things better without my earplugs.
Oh, okay.
It's just that it kind of hurt my ears.
Yeah, it does that a lot.
Yeah.
I took my earplugs out. I think it was during, maybe in Toxic Waste or something. And I'm like, whoop, they're going back in. Because I just want to hear how loud it was. And I'm like, And they're going back in.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was an alright crowd. I really loved it when Lucas crowd surfed.
Yeah.
We had someone get on stage, jump off, and crowd surf with like 30 people in the audience.
It was pretty
This is
great.
the greatest moment of my entire life. And didn't you have some friends there who were like actual fans? My mom was telling me how you had some people there.
I had some friends from church because I go to a Czech church. Mluvím česky plynně.
Můj český jazyk je na flík.
So I had some Czech friends there. I guess. Well, they had listened to my. They had listened to not my album.
Our album.
They had listened to
How
our
dare
album.
you.
I'm so sorry. Actually, it's on that album. It was. You did more of the writing, didn't you?
I think it was just. I don't really know. I can look.
Actually, no. On this next album, you did quite a bit of the songwriting.
Yeah,
I think on the last one,
I just have a lot of spare time since I'm part-time at school. I would just
Yeah.
be like, oh, there's an idea.
you didn't even have to come to school this morning. Which is
No,
like,
I
come on,
didn't.
man.
It's only, these Wednesdays I don't have to go in. But for badges, oh my gosh.
There's so much background noise. It's so nuts.
Holy crap.
What?
4 of the songs on badges were the most popular.
Really?
The Last, Sunshine, Noose, and Expedition.
We didn't play the last.
No, it's really popular, and we're like, we're not playing The Last. So
Yeah.
I wrote The Last, we wrote Should Have Told Her, I wrote Sunshine, you wrote Repeat, you wrote Make Me Free, we wrote Working Project, I wrote Day of the Dead, you wrote Sequel, you wrote Rabbits in the Woods, we wrote Love, we wrote Noose, we wrote See You Later, and I wrote, well, and then I think we both wrote Expedition.
And we're back again.
Yeah, it crashed again. Thanks.
This is I gotta figure out a different system because this is supposed to be good, but yeah, I'll have to figure out a system again.
Yeah.
But that's fine. It's fine.
This
That's fine.
I'm really looking forward to the school play this year because it's like just a bunch of skits.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be good.
Yeah, and I think Luke and I's skit is pretty good. Or
Yeah.
Me and Luke's skit. I don't forget. How do you say that?
Luke and my skit.
It doesn't sound right, but I think that is right.
I
Because
don't
if you
know.
take Luke out, my skit. So I think it would be Luke and my skit.
Yeah.
Or
Actually,
Luke and Me's.
Expedition. You wrote the.
I wrote
music.
the music part, but then you wrote the lyrics, and then we wrote the song together.
Yeah.
But I wrote the demo.
Yeah.
But for the skit that Luke and I are doing, we used this book. I don't remember who wrote it, but it's the Revenge of the Sith, but written in Shakespearean English. And it's one of the funniest things I've ever read.
It's the Obi-Wan and Anakin fight.
Yeah,
scene,
we're
and
doing
it's
the
so good.
Mustafar fight scene, and we shortened it so much that it's hysterical. 'Cause it's originally like 20 pages long.
Oh yeah.
And Anakin, after he gets his legs cut off, and in the movie he just goes, "I hate you." But in the book, it's like 6 paragraphs.
Yeah, of
and
course,
it's
because they
like
have to have a
5
monologue
pages.
after
Yeah,
a character
it's-
almost dies.
It's his monologue, and it's hilarious. I cut Luke's monologue down because he plays Anakin. It's really short. It's so funny. I'm like, I'm not gonna have you memorize the entire monologue.
Yeah, that would be
It's
kind of
ridiculous.
that'd be kind of funny though to just go. All right, Luke, here you go.
I learned these
memorize
6
this.
pages of words. Yeah, no way.
Yeah, no,
No, thank you.
no thanks.
No, thank you very
I'm not
much.
very good at that.
Yeah, and then Rylan is doing that German accent.
Is he doing
I
it?
think he's gonna do it.
Oh.
It's funny, but I'm like, do we have any German kids at our school?
Oh, that's not no.
You want to hear?
Because it's so bad.
Yeah. Do you want to hear a joke?
Tell me a joke.
What did the compass say to the Coke Zero bottle?
I don't know what.
This episode is not sponsored by Coke Zero. Make myself laugh sometimes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay,
Jokes
what
are
do we-
fun.
What do we talk about? we're hoping that we can get Jakub on the podcast.
Jakub is great.
Um,
He would be really fun to have on the podcast. We should also get Parker sometime. I would love to have Parker on here. Parker is my go-to roadie for our band. I'm like, if I need something done, I'm like, yo, Parker, you down? He's like, yeah, of course. I'm like, that's my boy. And he's like 6'3", and he can bench like 400 pounds. I'm like, this is the guy.
This is the road. Plus, if all three of us end up in Texas, that's gonna be nuts.
He's our roadie then.
Yeah.
He's gonna be our roadie.
Bro, I actually don't know what we should talk about now. What should we talk about?
Maybe this episode will be a little bit shorter than the others.
I'm looking on Reddit for content because that's how dead this podcast is already.
Hey, that's okay. Being dead is being Fred. Don't think about that too much.
Mm-hmm.
Never think about my jokes or what I say. I guess you can think about it, just never take it seriously. Like, if I just said, there's a lizard on Jer's toe. He actually looked at his toe.
I mean, I knew the thing was there, but I was like, what are you talking about? Okay, I'm browsing relationship advice because
we could use that. When we go back to the States, we're on our own, man.
Yeah.
CISP can't help us get rid of the ladies at all.
Yeah.
Because, like, well, there'll be a girl comes up to me and she'll be like, hey, how you doing? You know, I'm flirting. She's like, where do you go to school? I said, CISP. She's out of there, man.
Yeah.
I'll never see her again.
Yeah.
We're on our own in the States to repulse women ourselves.
By our own means.
Hey, do you have a job? Yeah, I'm in a band. Well, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm a drummer in a band. Immediately gone.
That's the reason I became a drummer. I told you this, I think.
Yeah.
When I was probably 3 or 4 years old, I was like, I want to play drums. And then they're like, why? I'm like, because drummers get all the ladies. I'm like 4 years old,
Drummers
right?
and singers get all the ladies. And we're a drummer and a singer. So
And we're
it's
both single. We've never
Bap.
officially not been single.
Read this title of this post out for me.
My husband changed after a daughter was born, and I'm looking for advice. That's just called being a parent.
He changed.
I forgot that's not plugged in.
It's not plugged
I tried
in.
to play
I'll
the
add it
FIRP
in
cut,
post.
but
I'll add it in post.
Okay, that's called being a father. FIRP. There we go.
He's a
father. I mean,
he's a father, but now technically he's a mother?
what?
He changed right after his daughter was born. Like, changed genders, Peyton.
What?
My husband changed after our daughter was born, and I'm looking for advice.
I don't think that's what it means by change.
No, wait.
I think it just means, like, you know, he's acting different. Which would make sense because he's a father and he has a child now.
Things now she's. I'm reading the post.
I'll fill it in with more jokes.
No, he didn't change genders.
I didn't think so.
He just got like slightly more irritable.
Because he can't sleep.
That's
He's a
disappointing.
father. He can't sleep.
I thought that was going to be a whole lot more interesting.
He's a woman now.
No.
I'm like, that post is legit just life.
I mean,
My husband's different. What's wrong with him? I just replied, he's got a kid now.
Why does this
You have
matter?
a kid now too. Why aren't you irritable, huh?
I don't.
Just attack her. Why aren't you irritable? You have a child.
r/roast me is probably the best subreddit
It is
I've
a great
ever.
subreddit.
I'm trying to see if I can find anything. So there's this picture of this Indian guy. I'm gonna see if there's any good roasts.
This may get racist.
I hope you lose weight just so people would get to see less of you.
That's a pretty good one. That's a pretty good one.
Lose. That's dumb.
Some of them
That's
are really
dumb.
stupid. Some of them are like, you're ugly. I'm like, what
Yeah.
kind of roast?
Yeah.
A roast needs to be clever, funny, and like not
Yeah.
hurtful.
It's like
Not-
one of them is
not personal.
losing weight still won't make you attractive to a woman. It's like that's just
That's
downright
just mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Roasts aren't supposed to be mean. They're supposed to be funny. Like the person you roast, you should be like, you know, that's funny.
He dresses like Colonel Sanders. Now that's a good. That's a good roast.
Indian Colonel Sanders.
You're making the entire table shake.
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh no, it's Godzilla.
It's so racist.
Have you seen the original Godzilla movie?
No.
I'm not
no.
that far off. Probably have to cut that part out, but that's okay.
Don't lose weight. If you play your cards right, you could get hired as the Michelin Man Moscow. That was just kind of that was pretty good.
Makes me laugh sometimes.
This one's just dumb. Looking at you boosts my self-esteem. What like
Again, that's just mean. Like, I don't even know, man.
I don't
Bro's gotta be funny.
next.
Oh, I gotta tell you about
this
this.
is a beautiful picture. I wonder what they come up with.
I
for
gotta
this one.
tell you about this Quiplash response I used on Sunday, but I can't do it while we're recording.
Okay.
It's that bad, but it's so good. It's good. Excuse
Okay,
me. I had to
tell-
burp.
Oh, you mean after the podcast ends?
Yes.
Okay. Nope. 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 Nope.
No.
Nope. Oh,
Here's-
that one's
this
not
is Jer rating my life decisions. Nope.
bad.
Nope.
Hi, my
Nope.
name is Chris, the boy that girls will never kiss. I grow tobacco on my chest. That is me at my best.
Hey, I respect that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna miss the smell of weed and tobacco when we go back to the States.
Worst grinder shot ever.
Wow. I
Nice.
disagree with that statement.
There's nothing good right now. Come on.
That's
thought-
okay.
Oh, I'm on new posts. Maybe if I go to hot posts, I'll see something actually decent. Okay. Graduated with a useless degree. Please roast me. This is so weird. Your face is like when you try to enlarge a picture in Word but accidentally grab the bottom line instead of the corner. I mean, it makes no sense. Well, no, the roast makes sense, but not in the
Yeah.
context. It's kind of funny.
What time are we? We're at 40, 48. It's probably about time to...
I don't know what else to talk about. What else should we
I guess that's basically it. Give us suggestions.
Yeah, give us topics to talk about.
Tag us on
Oh.
Instagram.
Actually, wait. Let me check my news feed. There might be something interesting that we can talk about.
I want to eat my Pringles. After this, Jer and I are going to work on the new album. The new album is good.
Yeah, the new
is
album. So we have an EP that
Yes, we
should
do.
be coming out
fun.
later
So
this
we should work on
month?
that too, actually. This month,
Maybe.
probably like
Late February, early March,
we'll
possibly.
see. We'll see.
And then the new album should be coming out towards the end of the school year.
Mhm.
Hopefully. It's a shorter album, but it's so much better.
It's almost the same length as the first one.
Is it? Well, I
pretty
guess,
close,
yeah, we
'cause
do
the
have
songs
longer
are longer.
songs. Yeah, the ones on Badges are pretty short.
Yeah, they're like
Because we had no idea how to extend a
Because
song.
we
and
didn't
make it
want them to be
interesting.
repetitive.
Yeah.
Which is good. I'd rather a song be short than repetitive. Short
Yeah.
and sweet. That's why I like Fire Ready Aim a lot by Green Day, because
good song.
it's repetitive, but it's short. And so I'm
Yeah.
like, this is a good song. Then there's Oh Yeah, which is repetitive and just garbage all around.
Yikes. So, yeah, keep a lookout for those. Those should be pretty good.
Those are gonna be good. We need We gotta finish Toxic Waste. Toxic Waste and History of the Paper Bag Trio are two most popular songs that have not been released.
Not Shadow Trees?
every time. Well, I mean, like, but like, you know, when we were at camp, we played Toxic Waste. Everyone's like, "Holy crap!"
Yeah.
And then we played History of the Paper Bag Trio on the drop, and everyone's like, "Holy crap!"
Well,
People at school know what Shadow
Paper Bag
Trees is.
Trio is.
Yeah. History of the Paper Bag Trio is like, dang, that's a good song. Because it is a good song.
It is a
the
great
acoustic version is great, but the actual recorded studio version is even better.
Oh, we still haven't done Peyton's News Corner yet.
Now for Peyton's News Corner. It's hot!
Outro, go ahead.
Welcome back to regular scheduled program.
I'm gonna look up a random German word. This should be another segment. I don't know why. German word of the week is
Berliner.
I'm gonna close my eyes and point.
Just how I read the Bible.
That was really awkward, cringe. Herausbringen, which means to publish or to release, just like our album,
Which should be coming out relatively soon.
That was pretty...
It's perfect.
Actually, no. That one's just a bonus word. The actual German word of the week is Heftklammer, which means staple. So there you go.
Hey, my sister-in-law ate a staple once. I'm not lying.
Why?
So she was. This is
thing?
before my brother and her were married. I think it was before they were dating, and she was teaching at the school. She put a staple in her mouth, and I think she was supposed to take me home actually, because we had like a really close relationship with our family and stuff. And so she was supposed to take me home from school, since I was like 10 at the time or something like that. And she had a staple in her mouth, and she had to sneeze, so she inhaled, and it swallowed the staple, and then sneezed.
Yikes. No.
She was like, "Crap, where'd the staple go?" She thought maybe she threw it out of her mouth. No, she swallowed it. They couldn't find it in the X-ray. But later that day, she came over for dinner, and we put the plates out on the table, and then Jared put staples on her plate, and she's like, "What the heck?"
Okay, that's good.
And then in the States, we were pulling up to like a strip mall. Do you know what a strip mall is?
Yeah.
So we were pulling up to a strip mall, and there were staples there. And I said, "Hey, that's Brecklin's favorite restaurant."
Nice.
My mom's like, "That's funny." And I'm like, right. That's right.
Yeah.
So we constantly call my sister-in-law Staples.
Mm.
We're like, "What's up, Staples?" Or stupid, but that's a different story. That's what they call Camden for getting married.
It's more of like a conglomerate thing.
We're like,
rather
"Yo,
than just
stupid." dumb brain.
No, there's a single story, a single reason you call her stupid. Not like a, like an all-encompassing.
Yeah, we call her stupid because she married my brother.
Oof.
We call them both stupid because they married each other. We're like, what were you thinking? No, but they're great. They're a great couple. Camden got mono and strep at the same time. I don't know how.
That's heavy.
Yeah, he's good now. I don't know how he got him at the same time.
don't.
You're just wishing for death now.
Yeah. At the same time? What the
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think we should close this episode off here.
Probably it. This
is FIRP episode 1, where FIRP stands for Flowers Ingenious. Flowers are ingenious. Really, people.
Flowers are ingenious. Really, people?
And that's what FIRP